What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. You guys, tonight we have Donald Trump making a major announcement at 9 p.m. Eastern time at Mar-a-Lago. I think most of us have an idea of what it's going to be. But before we jump into that, two things. This video is sponsored by my friends over at Established Titles. And the second thing is we started the locals community. I asked you guys in a poll. Most people said absolutely, let's get it going, and we started it. It's jamesklug.locals.com. I'll put a link in the description below. It is free to join. Head on over there and join today. So let's jump into this, you guys. We have a CBS News article. Trump expected to announce 2024 presidential bid at Mar-a-Lago. I know many people are divided on this. Certainly the mainstream media is divided on this, which is to be completely expected. But we'll jump into a little bit of this, and then we'll kind of talk further about the this possible 2024 presidential bid. Former President Donald Trump is expected to announce Tuesday night that he's running for president a third time. He has been hinting in the recent weeks and months that he would, quote, "I will very, very probably do it again," Trump told rally-goers in Iowa earlier this month. He plans to announce his candidacy at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, while Republicans are still reeling from voters' rejection of several of their candidates for key races, many of whom have been endorsed and even handpicked by Donald Trump. Now, this is a big thing. There's no doubt that there was a handful of pretty bad Republican candidates during the midterms. Absolutely no doubt about that. However, the mainstream media is really pushing the narrative, as well as some Republicans, that it's because they were associated with Donald Trump, that's why they lost. Anybody that is telling you just that's why is trying to sell you something. There's multiple factors here, and we're going to jump into that in just 1 second, of why Republicans performed just awfully, in my opinion, during the midterms. Wasn't even a red trickle. It was I don't even, what do you call that, a red mist? Was it even a red mist? Anyways, anybody that tells you or blames this on Donald Trump is only on Donald Trump. That's their main reason for Republicans not performing, is trying to sell you something. We'll jump into that. And first I want to pull up this post from Greg Price on Twitter. He is an amazing journalist, and he's actually quoting something from J.D. Vance that he was writing about. But Greg Price tweeted, "Republican Senate candidates in every swing state were heavily outspent, not including PAC money. Arizona, we have Kelly, a couple examples. Arizona, Kelly, $73 million compared to Masters with $9 million. We have Georgia, Warnock, $75 million to Walker's $32 million. Laxalt, $12 million to Mastro's $46 million. Okay, so this is one factor. We're going to jump into a couple factors here. But one major factor, we're talking about the big factors. Of course, bad candidates. There was, obviously, Roe versus Wade had an impact on single females showing up to the polls to vote. These were all factors. But the biggest things is, one, the money spent. He goes on to say, Senator-elect J.D. Vance from Vance Refrigeration, that's a joke, some of you Office fans will enjoy that one, wrote an op-ed today talking about how Democrats' small dollar fundraising machine dwarfs ours, Republicans, in comparison. All of our candidates being so heavily outspent and outside PACs not being able to make up the difference is a big problem. So that is absolutely true. Republicans' small dollar fundraising machine is almost non-existent compared to what the Democrats have. Now, let's focus on a couple other big differences during this election that Republicans, I think, finally woke up and realized that they're playing a different game. This isn't an election in 2012 anymore. They are playing a different game nowadays, and that different game is mass mail-in ballots, which the Democrats have taken advantage of since the 2020 election, using COVID to pretty much jam that through in every major election for the most part, aside from obviously Florida, which they have not succeeded in doing. And not just that, but ballot harvesting as well. There's a new strategy to Election Day. And that strategy is it's no longer election day. It's election month. Republicans were playing election day largely these midterms, during the midterms. Democrats were largely playing election month. That's something that absolutely needs to change if Republicans are ever expecting to win major elections ever again. And it seems as though people are catching on to that. Blaming one thing, abortion. Blaming Donald Trump said that this, he gave the thumbs up on this person. It's much deeper than just one thing. So again, anybody that tells you, or the mainstream media, you're reading articles that say, oh, bad time for Donald Trump because all of his people lost, it's much more complicated than that. And most things usually are. You guys, before we move on, let's take a quick moment to talk about today's sponsor. The holidays are coming up, and I have the perfect gift idea. So many of you have probably noticed, hey, James, wearing a bomber jacket, you're looking particularly cocky today. I know some of you guys know where this is headed. Well, it's because I can now refer to myself as Lord Klug. Why, you ask? Because I now own 1 square foot of gorgeous, dedicated land in Eddleston, Scotland with a unique plot number. And according to Scottish custom, landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. I even got a framed certificate with my name on it. So yes, you can officially refer to me as Lord Klug, which I can put on my next plane ticket or credit card, and you know I will. The name of this awesome company is Established Titles, and they figured out a fun way for you to become a lord or lady while also preserving the natural woodlands of Scotland. They also plant a tree with every order and work with global charities like One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation efforts. So the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot. We can start up Klug Kingdom and slowly take over Scotland from there. But you guys, in all seriousness, this is an amazing last-minute gift. Established Titles is running a massive Black Friday sale. You guys will want to take advantage of this. Get 10% off over at establishedtitles.com/Klug. That's establishedtitles.com/Klug. I will put a link in the description below. So I asked you guys on Twitter what you thought might be the big announcement this evening at Mar-a-Lago. Some people just didn't believe that it's going to be a presidential announcement. It definitely is. It's looking like it. I could be wrong. We could be, this could be tomorrow and this could be totally off. Trump announces something, completely random. Maybe he's backing DeSantis for president. Unlikely. But I did want to pull up a recent poll that we did a video on, which was the Harvard-Harris poll. We did a video on are Democrats out of touch when it comes to top issues facing the country. And I wanted to pull this up because in this same Harvard-Harris poll, this was middle of October. They're going to be doing another one here soon. So this is, I do want to mention to you guys, this is about a month old. However, they do a great job on these polls, and they're very in-depth. I mean, this is 20-something pages. I'll put a link down in the description below if you guys would like to check it out. But the reason why I'm pulling up this poll is because of, even though people are looking at DeSantis as running for president, it's important to show how popular Donald Trump still is just across the board as a political candidate. Right here on page 14, we have Trump, Pence, and Biden, our top 3 most favored political figures. Check out this result right here. Donald Trump in the very favorable is 28%, favorable is 19%. Joe Biden falling in third. Donald Trump, we have Ron DeSantis, 22% and 17% favorable. He's all the way down here. Now, I fully expect with the mainstream media coverage, and not just coverage, but support. And by the way, DeSantis, I do want to say, would make for a fantastic political candidate, or presidential candidate, sorry. He will most likely get a nice boost because the mainstream media is backing him because they can't stand Trump. Obviously, they fear a second Trump term. They'll back DeSantis all the way up until it comes time to turn against him. I just want to show you guys how incredibly popular Donald Trump still is. Again, Ron DeSantis will likely gain a handful of spots here in the coming polls, more recent polls. There are polls that are showing in states DeSantis coming above, showing up more favorable than Donald Trump. There are newer polls that are showing that just in specific states. This is a national poll. But I'll, of course, update you guys as more new polls show up. On the same poll, we have page 29. which it says Trump is a clear favorite in a prospective GOP primary. DeSantis continues gaining and is now the clear runner-up. So this is a month ago. This could shift, but this is definitely, it's undeniable that Donald Trump on a national level is still incredibly popular as a political candidate. Obviously incredibly unpopular in many ways, but still incredibly popular. Things can change, especially with the mainstream media's help on that. Let's go to another page really quick. And here on page 31, the Harvard-Harris poll shows Trump wins in a hypothetical matchup versus Biden or Harris. It shows right here Donald Trump versus Biden. People that they polled, 45% said that they would go for him. 43% said Joe Biden. Next one, Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. Blows her out of the water. 49% versus 38%. And Ron DeSantis versus Kamala is, this is showing Ron DeSantis is actually falling just short. That seems unusual. Of course, polls aren't always perfect. I'm just pulling this one up just because I think they did a fantastic job at asking a lot of important questions that we're kind of looking for what Americans are feeling on these. So this is incredibly interesting. I definitely recommend checking this out. And the new Harvard-Harris poll should be out here very soon. So again, Ron DeSantis with the mainstream media supporting him, with people kind of deciding that maybe they don't want to, or maybe people are falling for the blame all on Trump for the midterms. Maybe that's a lot making them shift kind of who they support, or maybe some people just are tired of Donald Trump's ego. I definitely understand that. I think the main thing that people are looking at when it comes to a 2024 presidential run between these two candidates would be if Donald Trump maintains being a popular candidate and the polls are looking decent when it comes to him going against Joe Biden, it is an undeniable fact that Donald Trump would have a way more aggressive term because it's his second term versus a first term for Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis would likely get a lot of amazing things done, but he would definitely play it safe as he's trying to win re-election. Lastly, I want to finish on, actually, we'll finish this on a couple things. One is this mostly peaceful meme on Twitter, which I thought was spot on and hilarious. We have Homer Simpson, Dems' historic midterm performance. FTX, oh, we didn't even mention that, but I wouldn't put that on the same category as mass mail-in ballots on the back right here and ballot harvesting. That's a little bit graphic, but it is accurate. Lastly, I want to mention, and this was pretty important, I took a screenshot just because I do not, I couldn't quite figure out how to get Truth working on desktop. Maybe my password was all messed up, but I did take a screenshot here because I wanted to show you guys Donald Trump retweeted something that leads me to believe that he understands what needs to be done. He retweeted Jack Posobiec, or I'm so sorry, this is retruthing. Retruthing. Tough name, but maybe we could dig into that another time. So Trump retruthed on Truth Social Jack Posobiec saying Trump needs to run the largest Republican ballot harvesting operation in history if he wants to win 24. The midterms were a wake-up call for Republicans. Many people could look at it and actually see that as a silver lining. It was an absolute wake-up call to saying, you will not win playing 2012 politics. You need to change up your game and play the same game that Democrats are playing. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you all think in the comment section below. Let me know if you disagree. I mean, if you maybe you disagree that Trump is going to be announcing his 2024 presidential bid. Maybe you think it's going to be something else. Let me know what you think it is down in the comment section below. Or if you disagree with me on anything, definitely let me know as well. You guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next time I post. I'll see you guys next time.